Hi, welcome to my video on dating tips for shy guys. Today I'm going to talk to you about 10 tips to help you become more successful in dating, even though you're a shy person. Like me, I'm naturally a shy person, but over time I've learned to deal with that and been successful. Let's start off with point number 1. People like you more than you know. There have been some psychological studies recently, and they found that people, when they are introduced to someone new, they like the other person, but they think that person doesn't like them as much. So they call it a likability gap. For example, if I say, I feel like I like you 7 out of 10, but I think you only like me 5 out of 10. Now the truth is, people like each other about equally. So we're both feeling like you're a 7, but we're both feeling like, oh, he thinks I'm only a 5. So this is a very important psychological truth for you to learn. People like you more than you think they do. And when you understand that, this will give you confidence. One of the key problems with shyness is that it creates fear, and it is caused by fear. So there are several things you can do to learn to overcome your fear that will help you be more successful in dating. And the first one is to accept change. We are often afraid of the unknown, and asking a girl out on a date is one of the most scary unknown things you can imagine. So, what you need to learn to do is to seek out change and to seek out opportunities to have new experiences. You can start out small, and you want to build up your tolerance for change over time so that eventually asking a girl out just doesn't feel like a big deal anymore. Another thing you can do is to use humor to overcome your shyness. This is useful when you're asking somebody out on a date. This is also incredibly useful when you're on a date. You have to be careful though. You don't want to make fun of other people. The best humor, the most successful humor, is where you make fun of yourself. You don't want to be putting down others. When I was young, I used to insult other people and make fun of other people, and it made me feel good. But it didn't make anybody else feel good, and so I didn't develop any friendships with that way. But you need to reverse that. As I become older and more mature, I've learned it's okay to make fun of myself. People will enjoy that humor, and they won't think less of me. In fact, they tend to like me more because I'm using humor at my own experience, at my own expense. So when you're on a dating situation and you feel nervous, go ahead and make a joke. Make a funny story that doesn't put yourself in a good light. Now, number 4 here is to focus on others. One of the biggest problems of fear is that it focuses on yourself. You become so afraid of what might happen to you. And that will create greater and greater fear so that you make more and more mistakes. If you can reverse this so that you focus on others, then you won't be afraid of yourself, and you won't be worried about if you say something wrong, if you do the wrong thing, if they say something to hurt you. Don't worry about that. Learn to focus on other people. Learn to care about other people. When you're on your date, don't be so sensitive. Don't be hypersensitive. Don't worry about what they're thinking about you. Focus on them and let them know that you're focused on them. This is one of the most important ways to show somebody you care about them, is to pay attention, to focus on them. See if they're comfortable. See if they're doing all right. And you know, a lot of people's problems are not in any way connected with you. Everybody's going through all kinds of stuff in life all the time, and it's not about you. That's one of the most funny things I learned about. I've been in some very strange situations where I felt people were complaining about me, and I found out, no, it's not about me at all. They're dealing with something else in their life. And so be sensitive to that and learn to care about others, and this will really help you overcome your fears. And finally, let's look at which girl should you date. It's tempting to tell you that you should date a girl who will likely accept you, a girl who will likely say, yeah, I'll go out with you. But there's a great danger in this. What if that one girl who you put all your hopes on, what if she says no? That's going to crush you, and it's going to really give you a lot of fear from ever asking anybody else again. Instead, I recommend that you focus on a girl who won't be offended. Pick a girl who will let you down easy. Pick a girl who, even if she says no, she's very gentle about it. Who knows? She might even help you set up a date with one of her own friends. So instead of picking somebody who you think, this one has to say yes, pick one who says, if she says no, it won't hurt too much. She won't be offended. She's probably a gentle and kind and understanding person. This is a great person for you to build your dating experience with, as well as your asking for a date experience with. And we'll come back to rejection at the bottom, so don't worry about that yet. Another thing you can do is consider, who are you most comfortable with? Because if you ever go on a date when you're uncomfortable, well, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? You don't want that situation. Find somebody you are comfortable with, somebody you have a lot in common with, somebody who you're not afraid of. So, hey, don't ask the most beautiful girl you know. Don't ask the girl who's got high standards. Don't ask out a perfectionist. Ask out the girls who are going to give you the least amount of pain and fear. Now, let's say that you have chosen the girl that you want to ask. Maybe you made a list of 10 girls and you've got a list. So now how are you going to ask them out? Well, here's what I recommend. Number 7 is when you talk with this girl, you want to start off with what you have in common. Oh, don't tell me you don't have anything in common with any girl. If you don't have any friendships with girls, anything in common with them, that's the first thing you need to do, is build a life. You need to become a more extroverted and more outgoing person so that you have something to share, something to communicate, and something that you can appreciate what other people share. So, you might want to need to join some groups, some social clubs, some sports, some events. You need to be interacting with women in a friendly, social way. Once you have established some friendships, once you have established things that you have in common with these other women, then you can talk to them and say, hey, I've really enjoyed playing volleyball with you. Why don't we do something else together? I really hate giving you good tips like this because they always sound so stupid when I say them to a camera. When I say them to real people, hey, it's fine. But when I talk to you, everything sounds like lead instead of gold. So, maybe I'm not the best person to learn exactly what to say, but I'll give you the basic points here. You start with what you have in common. You say, now don't say what I say. Focus on what you do together, what you like together. This is building a bridge with the other person. Now, once you've established that, then you want to offer them an opportunity to do something together, something that you like, that you both like. And this is a very easy and free way to begin to talk to somebody. Since we both like sports, why don't you come with me to a baseball game? But you don't want to make it sound like you're desperate. That is the worst thing. People can smell fear. People can sense desperation. You want to just sound like, hey, I like it, and I want to come and do it, and it'd be great if you come with me. Hey, I'm going on a picnic with some friends. We're going to have a barbecue. I know you like going out to parks. Why don't you come with me? You might want to plan that. You might want to prepare what you'd say. You might want to ask a very well-spoken friend of how to go about that. But these are the basic points. Start with what you have in common, and then give an opportunity for this person to join you in doing something that you already like. Now, the truth is, you will get rejected. Just like when you apply for a job, you'll get rejected. When you try and do anything important in life, you're going to face rejection, and you're going to face the fear of rejection. Well, let's talk about how to overcome these fears. How to overcome this concept that, oh no, the worst thing in life is rejection. The first thing to notice is that rejection is normal. It is a common experience, and you have to just accept this idea. I'm going to try something, and I may fail. But if I fail, it won't kill me. There's a phrase, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. You can become stronger by overcoming your fear of rejection. And get this in your mind. Hey, there's lots of girls out there in the world. There's lots of women. One maybe says no, maybe 2 say no, maybe 10 say no. But there will be somebody who will go out with you if you don't give up. And of course, this is our last point here. Never give up on yourself. You might need to change your strategies. You might need to change your social environment. You might need to improve your social skills. You might need to improve your standing in life. We all know that girls like people who are successful. And maybe you need to focus more on your business life, your life of achievement. Once you have that, well, even Mark Zuckerberg can get married. If he can do it, you can do it. So never give up on yourself. Always focus on the possibility of success. The future is going to be better than the past. Now, if you have enjoyed learning about some of these dating tips, I have a whole website focused on dating and dating tips. And I have a very good post which has a lot more detail on dating tips for shy guys. And you can click on the link below and come and visit my page there. Thank you.